Yes.
Flooded me with pepper.
Yes.
Yeah. And woke me up every 6 hours and sucked blood. It's 6 o'clock. We'll go ahead and call the meeting to order. First item will be roll call.
Brown.
Here.
Davis.
Here.
Grucky.
Here.
Gray.
Here.
Nail.
Here.
Walker.
Take a moment to say the pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Everyone take a moment of silence if they like. Take a motion to approve the agenda with one addition. Flo will have a few things to say under the officer's report.
So.
Do we have a second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Everyone's had a chance to look over the previous minutes. If there are no additions or corrections, they'll stand approved as presented. We have one visitor, Faith Bemis, was with us. There was no public comment sent in, so we'll go to the officer's report. Flo.
Yeah, thank you. I think there's a piece of paper in your guys' packet, looks like this. Little colorful little rainbow thing. I want to talk about EMS week first. EMS week started on Sunday. It's the 49th annual EMS week. And what you guys have in front of us is all the businesses that participated and sponsored EMS week this year. So I just wanted to make sure you guys knew about who all contributed in our community. We will do a newspaper article. So the Democrat always gives us, I think it's a quarter page, and we put a thank you to all the businesses, name them by name, and kind of show our gratitude to the community that way. So also the billboard on Broadway and Thompson has a message thanking all our employees. That was also, I forgot who, Lamar, they always give us that for the week. So they run a little ad for it and thanking all our employees. Everybody is named there with name with a message and stuff. So just wanted to share that with you guys. And then also there's a meal plan. I'll pass that around here real quick if somebody. This was just also local businesses that just sponsored a meal. I tried to get breakfast, lunch, and dinner provided to the guys that are on duty during the week. So that's on there. The Cattlemen's Association, it's coming up on Thursday. I think they're gonna be here at 3:30 to set up. They're gonna be setting up right back here. And I think they're gonna be serving dinner at 5. It's gonna be burgers and chips and stuff. So if you gentlemen would love for you guys to come out and kind of hang out with the crews and stuff, we'll have the table set up here and eat some burgers and stuff like that. So so like I said, if you guys are wanting to come out, you guys are more than welcome to come out and hang out with us. So that would be great. Second thing I got is June 10th. I talked to the Statesboro Community College, and they were gracious enough to give us a room at, I think they call it the Quad. It's the Yater Lobby building for the 10th anniversary kind of celebration. Since we've made it 10 years, I figured it's a little time to celebrate just a little bit. I talked to the chief. We're going to do some kind of facts, some stats that we're going to be presenting. We're going to put some ambulances out there on the lawn. I'm going to talk to State Community College about that. They said we're more than welcome to bring out some ambulances, some equipment, show that off. I know we had some money in the budget, so I went with Allwell and we got some food coming from Allwell, and some cake. And talked to Pepsi and Coke to provide some drinks for that event. So there's gonna be some free food for the public. And I think I talked to Mr. Randy Kirby at the radio station. So we got a little bit of a spot there that he's gonna be kind of rolling through until then. So we know that the public is aware of that celebration. They'll hopefully come out and join us for that. So we're gonna have some crews working the event, giving out food. I think the chief and hopefully Roy's gonna be there serving food to the public and just answer some questions and, you know, show off all the quality equipment that, you know, that we have and that the tax dollars paid for. And maybe also we can share some future projects and some other things that you guys have approved, you know, in the last couple board meetings, you know, with buying, I think, the gator and some other things. That will be good knowledge for the public and do that. So yeah, it's the same weekend as the kite and balloon show. So it's right there at the fairgrounds. Hopefully we'll have some, the weather is nice, hopefully, and hopefully we'll be able to see some balloons. And if something happens, we'll be Johnny on the spot as well. So, but I don't know if there's any questions or something for me on either EMS week or that I'll be happy to answer.
Flo, did you
Yes,
go out and get all these yourself?
I've done most of the footwork on that. Yes, sir. Yeah.
That was probably the case. I think
Yes,
we
sir.
need to give you a hand. Thank you.
Yeah.
So,
If you need to get involved with a community group that tries to get sponsors, let me know. I'm with the Lions, so
okay.
we could use you. You need another job.
Man, I got plenty
Looks like you
already.
have-
Yes, sir. Yeah. Yeah. So.
I'm
Yes,
wondering
ma'am.
if I could do an advanced story on the.
Sure. Yes.
I'll get with you next week.
That'd be great. That'd be great. Yeah. I'll work Tuesday, Wednesday next week. So if you,
What time is the?
I'm 24 hours a day, those 2 days.
All the department.
Yeah, just call up here and I'll just meet you over to this paper, or you can come down either way. Yeah.
Great.
Yeah, no problem.
Thank you, Faith.
Anything else? Anybody? No? Good.
Thank you.
Well, thank you. Thank you. And hopefully I see all you guys at the accountants thing on Thursday. It'd be great. So, all right.
Move on to the CFO report.
All right, so I'll start on page 4. That's sales tax receipts as of May. So for the year, we're up about 148,000 or 10.6% over last year at the same time. Any questions on that? All right, page 5 is our bank balances as of the 18th, and then 2 meetings before that on April 20th. So the difference in that time frame is 711,047, and then at the bottom is the year-over-year difference, which is 1.5 million. Page 6 is the cash reserve chart. It shows just the same thing in picture form. Page 7 is the cash reserve analysis. That went up a little bit, and the major reason for that is we got our DMT payment in May, so that made it jump quite a bit. So we'll look at financials here in a little bit and see some of that. Any questions on any of that?
Let's remind me what a PMT.
Ground emergency medical transport, but it's our Medicaid cost report, so it is.
Also on page 5,
Yes.
US Treasury note due 5/21.
Yeah, well,
Is that something?
we're gonna roll
Yeah,
that.
so they just happen, they'll just happen, and then that money will get deposited into that insured cash account, and then we can decide
Okay.
what to do with that. It hadn't happened when I was in there today. It usually takes a couple days, like the last one we had was 12/31, it was like a third before it actually happened. So,
I wouldn't figure how those work, so. if
yeah,
it's
it usually
over,
takes
and
just
then-
a couple days for
And we'll
that
decide
to,
that next meeting
go
or
through
something.
there. Yeah, I'll get that information from, central bank on what that is currently, and for you guys to decide what you want to do with that. Any questions back to page 7? Any questions or anything else? Pages 8 through 13 are the check register. Yeah, the bottom of page 10 is that GDMT payment of $563,176. Right under the sales tax at $274. So third transaction of the sales tax, the next one down is the GDMT payment. We'll move over to, I passed you guys out financial statements due to the floor covering replacement and moving that. Took me a few more days to get that done, so I didn't have it done Thursday, but it's done for you guys to have tonight. The first page there is our budget performance through April compared to the year-to-date budget at that same time. So operating revenue is at 106%, so over budget at 6%, 6.44%. And then our total operating expenses at the year-to-date budget are 56.83%. Most of that is due to our capital purchase being only a small portion of what we've got budgeted so far, but so all of that looks good. Any questions on any of that?
Yeah, the GEMT revenue.
So that is, yes, I was gonna point that out, I forgot. So we got the 563, but we first pay 193,000, which is the non-federal share, and then we get the entire amount back. So it nets to be what we have in the budget. So. And yeah, the next page it has the annual budget amount. Let's see if I can flip to that next page. It is, as soon as I find it, so I budgeted 369,831.81 for the year. So when they both met together in May, that's what we'll have. So. And I will have an adjusted I hope next board meeting I'll have an adjusted GEMT for the 2021, with just a small increase over what it was. So I talked to them today. They had some mistakes on it, so I sent it back to them. So hopefully we'll get it back before the next board. Hey, I didn't put page numbers on this, sorry. Budget performance. This is the January through April compared to the April budget. So it should be about 33% on this budget. So you can see the total service fees are 36.34%. The Windsor annual payment is almost what I budgeted, which is just an educated guess. So it's 100.54%. And overall total operating revenue, we're at 41.45%. So still over budget on revenue. So that is good. And then as far as expenses, as you guys are aware, the ambulance and vehicle maintenance has been up just a little bit at the end of April here. Part of that is that new engine, we have to capitalize it because it's so expensive and that it lasts for a longer period of time than say tires or something else that we do maintenance wise. So any questions on that page?
Yeah, on the Windsor annual payment, is there one that shows how much do we have a percentage on how much the Windsor station costs?
So we do that each quarter. Yeah, so
That's not on here anymore.
no, because this is in the middle of the quarter. So at the
Okay.
end of the quarter, we'll do it again, but in
Alright.
March, so last.
Because I'd like to be able to see what what they brought in and how much we're spending.
Yeah, so, and it'll change throughout the year,
Okay.
till the end of the year, but yeah, I do that at the end of every quarter.
Yeah, I realize that it's gonna be ongoing. This is basically a final for the year.
Correct.
Okay.
So, yeah, the beginning of the year, it's really, really, really good,
Yeah.
and then it gets chipped away at a little bit. All right, the next page, the only one I highlighted is wages and salaries is just right about on target there at 33.66% of budget. So that's staying good so far. Any questions on anything else on that page with the wages? Not. The only thing else I highlighted was the total operating expense is at 27.5%, 57%, so again, under budget. So we're over on revenue and under on expenses so far this year. So that. Next page is the capital expenses. Again, we haven't purchased very many of those items so far. Our big items, we're still waiting on the ambulances. And of course, the station, we don't know if we'll get to this year, but a lot of those other items are happening. So the floor covering was installed last week? It's been 2 weeks ago, I guess. Yeah, so that looks really nice. If you guys get a chance to stop by, they did a great job. I think they had the main office and part of the bedrooms done by 4 o'clock the first day. And they started at 8, so they did a great job and it looks great. So we're very happy with that. So that'll be on there next time for May. Any questions on the capital expenses? Next page just has kind of a summary at the bottom for you as the different categories. And we're sitting on those. Next page is the balance sheet previous year comparison. Again, just compares our assets and liabilities to last year at the end of April. And you can see that increase there in cash. And a lot of that is the amount we carried forward this budget year too. So any questions on the balance sheet? Last page is the profit and loss previous year comparison. And same thing, just income and expenses this year versus last year. Biggest differences there is the provider relief fund payment we got last year, we of course didn't get this year. And then our GMT expense was almost a double, actually a little bit more than double than it was the previous year. Anything else stand out you guys have questions on? Now we'll go back to page 14 in the packet, is the accounts payable aging summary. Those that are currently due. And then the details are on pages 15 and 16.
I have a question on page 14. We bid the mowing out and I know we awarded that contract, yet I see 2 different mowing companies on here. Is that
So JP Mowing is
Yeah.
Windsor
okay?
and S&M is TT.
Thank you. That's what I wanted to know.
Any other questions about the bills?
The other question I had was on the McCarthy, Leonard, Kmart, the HR issues, that's what we've covered in the past, right?
Last,
One of the last closed meetings.
I was gonna say, I think the last closed session, but I didn't know if I was misspeaking, it was 2, but yes, it was covered in the session.
Are there any other questions? If not, I'd take a motion to approve payment of the outstanding bills.
Make that motion.
Do we have a second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Unfinished business, the life pack modems.
So at the end of April, I got a message that these life pack modems would no longer work after September 5th this year. And we have 9 of them that are going to stop working in September. So these items we weren't, or I wasn't privy to anyways, that they would stop working this year, and I don't think we knew when they would stop working. We were hopeful it would go till next year, but it hasn't. So in order to keep our life pack modems working, which Ryan, you might have to explain what this does. It transmits the
information in the life pack. Life pack records all times if they're on fish and running. Record all the information, and then you have to use this gateway here in order to transmit that information to our recording zone. That's its only function. Yeah.
So are these new ones scheduled to quit working in October of next year then? How does that work? When they sold us the other ones, was there no
So these-
guarantee?
most of these are pretty old, actually.
2014, 14.
Yeah, so
Okay.
they're pretty old. They're not like we purchased them in the last couple of years. These are 8-10 years old.
Like Microsoft, there's somebody that's sunsetting.
Yeah, security protocols, TLS updates are causing to be not compatible with the new version of TLS. And so it's encryption.
Same kind of stuff when they went from 4G to 5G.
Yeah. It's just updating security over time.
So on page 17 is the quote to replace those 9 gateways.
What do the modems do? I couldn't really hear you.
Oh,
It
okay, yeah.
transmits the data from the life pack monitor to the recording software. So like when they start CPR or what heart rate is, things like that, it transmits all that information.
Thank you.
Is this a sole supplier or just a preferred vendor?
Proprietary to life packs. So I think you use all
Thank you.
Any other questions on the motives? I would take a motion to approve the purchase of that.
Since they're important for the safety of the citizens and their health, and I can see this as like a carpenter having a hammer. And I would move that we accept this.
Do we have a second? Is there any further discussion? If not, all in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed, same sign. Since we have no new business, are there any announcements?
I thank the crew that was out at Vermont Tractor Pull that Roy helped put together for all the proceeds went to the lawn for school. I think they raised about $15,000 and for MCS, they're the monster truck that pulled out where they needed an ambulance service and it's Megan and so they were very nice. I don't know if they were too much into the pull.
Are there any other announcements? If not, I'd take a motion to adjourn the meeting.
So moved.
Do we have a second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.